Right now I want to talk a little bit about wall joins. There's a tool here under Modify called um, wall joins, and it shows you how to miter or butt joint or configure the intersection of walls when they come together. I did notice something on my main floor here. When I changed this wall's thickness there, when I used my match type to change it to be a thick wall like this, it offset it, of course, centered. So what I want to do here is I want to pull this off. Okay, so it's not touching anything there. Okay, this end will be okay. And then what I want to do is I want to, and this is going to affect my structural as well as this reference plane, I'll say align to this outside face. Use your tab key if you have to here. Escape on the keyboard, pick, connect this guy back up. Okay, now I need to realign this to this. Escape. Okay, now I need to realign to this. Okay, I'm not set to be multiple, so I'm doing, when you do the align, pick the reference, pick the object, pick a new reference, pick a new object. If you want to do one reference and a bunch of objects, that's when you say multiple, which is what I'll do here. Watch. Oh, actually, those don't have to be done. So that's the floor plan there. Now I need to go to my section. Escape, double click on here, and move that reference plane. So now I need to align. Watch, I'll do multiple. Okay, align to, I want the tab, there it is, click, then I'll go this and this, right? That's a multiple alignment, and the footing is going to follow that column. Escape. The wall is okay. How's this beam? Align to the reference plane, this beam. There we go. So a little fix there. Now, in a plan view or in a 3D view, it doesn't matter. When you look at where walls intersect, okay, when they wrap and they intersect, they connect and they compare priorities, functional priorities, and also materials. They join quite nicely if they're the same wall type, and it really depends. So if you click on here, you can see there is one wall and there's another wall. Really what it's doing, it's butting one up against the other. If you go to here and you say wall joins, if you hover over here and then you pick, okay, it's going to show you where that join is taking place, and it's making a butt joint. Okay, you can say next and it'll go the other way. Next. So that's just looping back and forth. Okay, you can also say miter and it'll put the joint across diagonally. Miter, doesn't like it. Next. Let me just try clicking out here for a second. Click here, click back here again and say miter. Doesn't want to do a miter joint there. Isn't that interesting? Pick on here, miter. There we go. That's what I want, right? You don't see the joint, but that also affects how it looks on the outside and how it connects with the walls and floors above. So you will probably have more success with a miter joint at the corners. And I'm not sure why it won't do a miter joint there. This one is okay as a butt joint, right? These are good okay as butt joints. But these corners, quite often, you want to make them miters. Not liking the miter on that corner. Click on here. Having no problem on this end. No, it doesn't like that one either. Now, is that because the, let's see if it's because the base extension offset is -14. Let's pick on here. Base extension offset -14, top of main up to 8'10". Okay. They seem to be very similar. Okay. The other thing I noticed, these windows changed. I'm going to go back and use my match type and fix these while I'm here. Not sure when that happened, but these guys change sizes. So you do have that, okay? And that also works in 3D. If you go to 3D, and it affects what happens. You see that could be part, you see it, I could expect it to be a problem here. And what you do is you hover over here and you go click, and then you get the same option, miter. Okay. Now shift middle mouse button, pick over here, pick, because it's a looping command, you don't have to start it again. Does not like the miter on there, letting me only do one cut. Oh well. So that will also affect, you see what's going on up there? You see there's that little kind of notch in there? That can be fixed two ways. You can take that, okay, and you can say attach to here, and that will solve the problem, okay? And you can also solve that usually with a wall join, and then you hover over this intersection and you make it a miter cut, and it'll fix it, because this, what ends up happening, escape, is the gable wall ends up providing that joint for you. And then if you look from in here, no, you can never see that. But so that's two ways to solve that problem. One is with a corner wall join, and then you hover, and you'll see as you hover, you'll get to different intersections. So that quite often the exterior ones are mitered. No luck. Up there, no problem, miter. Over here, click on here, miter. Okay, so specifically for walls, and when walls, you want, if you go back like I did over here, if you want to relocate a wall, if this wall is for some reason offset, okay, let me do it, let me draw a new wall, okay. Let's say I have a wall, I'll say give me one of these, and I'll pick on a new wall here, and I'll kind of purposely make it off. Okay, now this gets attached. It's going to do its join and everything, but I wanted it the same as this one. What happens sometimes is when you go to move this, when it's attached at both ends and you try to realign it, it'll actually move the adjacent wall with it. It does funny things. So when you want to move a wall and it's at an intersection, pull and use your shift key if you have to, pull the wall off both ends, free up both ends, then take it and do your alignment or your movement. Then you go align to here, this, escape, then pull it back. Okay, that's tip number one with corner joins and wall joints. Don't try to move this wall, or when this guy was slightly offset, because if you try to move this wall, quite often is, and it's not right now, but when you go to move it, it'll do funny things over here. So that didn't do anything funny at that point, but pull the wall off even at both ends. Sometimes if it's giving you trouble, move it laterally, then stretch or trim your walls back again is the best way to fix that.